All right, everybody, welcome back to Talk. I'm your host, along with my co-host, or the real host, Steve. This is John and Steve. Welcome to Talk. We want to...
Hold on. If I'm the hostess with the mostest, why is my microphone half the size of yours?
Come on. Well, that's a whole other... You're talking about your microphone? Okay.
Where's Freud?
Whatever. But anyway, hey, we're really happy that everybody's here. We want you guys to go to YouTube and to Facebook and subscribe, and we want you to share our podcast, which is on Podbean. And guess what, guys? We got a lot of pictures, a lot of video to go through today, so we encourage you to comment, so we can comment on your comments, and we have a virtual discussion, because in today's age, that's all we got. That's all we got.
We're sitting in a library, so we need interaction. Please. Couldn't we put...
I'm known for my reading, so.
Couldn't we put, like, Cracker Barrel behind us and we just play checkers?
We could have.
Okay, maybe next week.
I don't know, but man, Cracker Barrel sounds good right now after everything I've been through this week. Well, there's a ton of stuff going on.
Is there?
Yeah, but
really,
I heard you had a sort of a sweet kind of little mini vacay with the fam, and it went a little viral, huh?
No, just a couple people liked it, but
well, the Twitter feed that I was on sent me this pic. So check this out. It says, "Why am I here?" And you're at a Cubs game, dude.
Yeah, we have a broke billionaire owner, Mr. Ricketts. I tip my cap to him. He allowed the Cubs win a World Series in 2016. I never thought I would see it. So thank you, Mr. Ricketts.
Mr. Wrinkles. Since
then, he's been whining, a billionaire whining about being broke. I mean, if that isn't America in 2021, he traded everybody. We got our tickets before he traded everybody. So my daughter Grace did a great job with the "Why Am I Here" t-shirt. I had about 45 people comment on it out in the bleachers on Sunday. Cubs lost 9-1. They are... Did you ever have to go potty in a porta potty like in July?
Well, I used to go to Comiskey. Back in the day when we grew up, it was an open urinal.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. But, kind of the stew at the bottom of the barrel, that's what the Cubs are right now.
Really?
They are the bottom of the barrel of a July porta potty. So, but I had a good time with my family.
This shirt, somebody handmade it?
Yeah, Grace, my daughter.
Grace made it? Like, what is that? Is that like marker or something? Or tape?
Paint. She did it with paint.
Oh, okay.
So why am I here? And the people right behind us, I had a big question mark on the back of it.
Yeah.
They go, what are you questioning? And then I turned around and they laughed for like 3 or 4 minutes. So
oh, man.
It was a little bit...
that's what you call inside baseball right there, because you're a hardcore Cubbies fan.
I'm a Yankees fan now because that's where Rizzo is. But going to Wrigley, it's as close to heaven as you can get on this planet. Even though the team sucks butt, spending an afternoon.
It is beautiful.
It's unbelievable. And so
that's cool. You went viral. Everybody's talking to you. Did you wear the mask? I don't see. Is that a mask?
Yes, I'm wearing a mask.
It's a Cubs mask.
Chicago, we have to be safe. We got to be... Hold on.
Yeah, well, I'm noticing...
We got to be careful.
I'm noticing behind you, nobody's got a mask on. So,
that's why the virus is soaring and
except
spreading.
For Mayor Bigfoot. I'm sorry, it's not big. It's Lightfoot. I'm sorry, Lightfoot.
Leadfoot.
Leadfoot.
She is driving Chicago into the lake at about 100 miles an hour. But
All right. Well, Steve,
so it was a good time.
Did you dance at all in the stadium?
I don't dance.
You don't dance because
I'm not a Democratic congressman, senator.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I hate to do that to you, but it is a little bit of a segue. Guess who danced this week? Well, should we go dance or party?
No, let me wash my fingers.
Okay, you're still washing up.
Yeah. Well, the virus is taking over the planet again.
Yeah, I got a question on the virus for you.
Okay.
So we have vaccinations, which we're going to get into in a minute, but I was wondering. Like there's a COVID-19 test. Am I correct on that?
You mean to test whether you have it?
Yes.
They say there is one.
Okay, which they're getting rid of in December, but that's a whole other story. But I'm wondering, have you heard of a COVID variant test?
It's the same virus. So even though it's a variant, it would come up, they say. And
so it's a different. It's
the same virus. It just has a variant. It's
okay.
I mean, that's what CNN tells me, and they never lie.
No. Well, yeah. If you're getting as long as you're getting your news from Cuomo.
Yeah. But we've been talking about this now for a year almost.
Yeah.
Just how the people in power are using this virus to just control and destroy people, and they're doing a really good job. But I mean, it happens like 10 times a week. Let's see them when they think nobody's watching.
Oh, do we have that? Well, let's take a look.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi found herself embroiled in another situation
what I'm
that had
looking at is
unsavory
a
optics once
party
again on Sunday.
where all the help
California
has
Democrat
masks
was
on.
The coloreds are wearing masks. We got to have our coloreds in masks. Not me, though.
The servants are wearing a mask.
That's what these people
Senate
think.
Majority Leader
There's
Chuck
Nancy.
Schumer was also
Now, what did they say?
criticism for dancing
$29,000
up a
a
storm
plate
this
to help
weekend.
people that
New
because
York
they
Times
figure that
journalist
there's
Kenneth
Nancy right
posted
there
an
in the pink.
invitation for the Sunday morning fundraiser
They
event,
figure that
which
there's going
shows
to be a
the
lot of
tickets started at
congressmen and senators going
$100
to
and
lose
were
their
as much
seats
as
and they're raising money.
$29,000 to charity.
How about they
The
do
money
the right
raised went to
thing?
vulnerable
And then it
frontline
wouldn't happen.
Democrats who are in danger of
look at
losing their
this.
seats in the
Oh, there's a
2022
color.
midterm
Put your
elections.
mask on.
Yeah.
Vogel posted
If there's
video
anyone
from a
at this
fundraiser in
luncheon
Napa Valley,
that
which
needs to
showed
wear
no
a mask,
social
it's
distancing and
Nancy.
no mask wearing except
I
for
mean,
the white
she's been
side.
ugly since
The event
91.
was held in California's
And
Napa
you know,
County,
now
where
on
COVID-19 cases
Tuesday,
from August
she's
13th
gonna get
through
in
August
front of the
19th were up
Congress and
71%
say,
from
"We
the
gotta
previous
mask
week,
up kids in
according to
school."
the Napa Valley.
Again, I'm not making fun of the virus.
Right.
I'm making fun of how they are using it. And then when nobody's watching, guess what? Potty on.
Yeah, we're buying into their power plays,
Well, a lot of people aren't.
You know who's not? You know who I appreciate? This guy right here. This guy right here is not, and I hope you guys are watching the video of
Senate
this.
Majority
This
Leader
is
Chuck Schumer
Stephen
is being
Colbert
criticized
dancing.
after
Guess
a
with
video
who?
of him dancing with late-night host
Schumer,
Stephen
yeah,
Colbert
look
at
at
a
that.
New York
I don't
City
know who that
concert
chick is,
became
but she
viral.
cannot dance.
Backstage antics.
But,
New
white
York City
people
Mayor
can't
Bill
dance.
de
Yeah, this is where
Blasio's
white
press
privilege
secretary Bill
does not
Neidhart
play
wrote
in.
on Twitter on
You know what I
Saturday,
mean? Like, there's
August
no privilege to
21st,
the dance.
sharing a
Social
video shot at the
distancing,
We
when are
Love
they going to give each
NYC
other a high
concert.
five? I like that.
Chuck Schumer's
Yeah,
dance video was panned on
unbelievable.
Twitter, with
You
many
don't
wondering
understand
why
the
the leader
horrible
was at a
optics of
concert
this.
when
And this is
American
all while
lives remain at
Afghanistan is
risk in
going on.
Afghanistan
And
following the
what's up with
fundamentalist
Biden?
group
I
usurping
don't
power.
I don't know.
The concert was
not
reportedly
been on the
called
news.
off just past its halfway
But
point due to lightning
even
strikes
better,
occurring within a
let's
10-mile
get
radius of
this
the Great Lawn.
Video right here. I can show it
Can
again.
we show them dancing one
Yeah,
more
we're going
time?
to show them dancing one more time. But the good news is Greg
Senate
Gutfeld on
Majority
Fox
Leader
took
Chuck
over
Schumer is
late
being
night
criticized
from
after a video
Colbert.
of him dancing with late-night
And that
host
is
Stephen
amazing.
Colbert at a New
What
York
song
City
are they
concert
dancing
became
to?
viral.
It's
Backstage
I got a
antics.
hip
New York
hop,
City Mayor
to the
Bill de
hippity,
Blasio's
I bet
press
it's
secretary
ACM
Bill
style.
Neidhart
Bang,
wrote
bang,
on
bang,
Twitter
crazy,
on
up
Saturday,
jumped the booty.
August
Yeah, I think
it's Casey
21st,
in the
sharing the
Sunshine
video
Band.
shot
Yeah,
at the We Love
well,
NYC
there's Schumer.
concert.
Yeah.
Schumer-
Chuck Schumer's dance
Yeah.
video
Social
was panned on
distance.
Twitter.
Wear your
Hey,
mask.
I gotta say, he's got his mask
plebes,
on.
you servants, you
Yeah.
pieces of crap. Bow and kiss my ring.
You Trump supporters who are now terrorists.
Follow the science.
Yeah.
Follow the science, I
The
say.
Trump supporters are terrorists, but the Taliban, we're making deals with them to get our people out. So, you know, I don't know what's going on there. But you got Pelosi and Schumer, and we've had Mayor Lightfoot, or is like Leadfoot.
Driving
I call her
Chicago into the
Bigfoot
lake.
because you couldn't tell. And we've had, remember when Pelosi went to get her hair done? And
Yeah.
She didn't have to wear a mask, but she
Shut down
she shut down all of the businesses, but opened up that business so she could get her hair dyed. She's now 80 years old.
And she making like $100,000 a year. She's now worth $900 million.
Yeah, that's all on the up and up,
Honesty.
Steve. Come on.
Honesty.
Come on. That's capitalism.
Honesty
Yeah.
is such a lovely word.
Well,
Yeah, these are our leaders.
this is happening, and nobody cares. And they'll make excuses for them on every liberal talk show or video show. But
well, the world being turned upside down in the last week, it's getting pretty impossible to make excuses.
well, you know what we need, Steve? Just to get away from that a little bit. And what we need is there's a picture that I thought was really great. And
you
I
want to
thought,
make some popcorn?
yeah, we need to go to the movies. And who better to go see than our friend Sean. And
He is so awesome.
or as I like to call him, Shemp.
He has to darken his hair. But yeah, wouldn't it be fun to just slap him in the face like Mo used to?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a patriot. He's a patriot, I mean, it's the first time I've seen him make a public experience since he was with Hugo Chavez when Venezuela got overturned.
Do you think his shirt is made of satin?
Knights in white satin.
Or Satan?
Satan? I don't know.
That tweet?
Well, he's promoting his new movie Fag Day.
Flag
Day.
It's an L. There's an L.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I don't know. Because the last one I saw him, he was playing a trans vegetable. And so he's out on Seth Meyers, and he made the comment, and I quote, those anti-vaccinators probably won't want to see my movie.
Well, he asked them not to come, which when you have like 73 viewers at your movies, you might not want to cut them in half. Just a thought. Has he?
Well, you know who the largest group of anti-vaxxers are?
African Americans.
Yeah, so there's a group that he might not, in all his white privilege, he's segregating his Jim Crow kind of way for Flag Day.
Jim Crow 2.0.
Yeah.
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn.
Coming to a theater near you.
Shemp. Hey Mo, come see Flag Day. Hey Mo. That's not really Shemp though. It's Curly, but
they're all the same.
So another, what's really weird is I just saw this movie on Prime, and I didn't go to the movies. I stayed home. But it's Val Kilmer. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Amazing actor, did Tombstone, the best Doc Holliday ever in the history of I'll Be a Huckleberry.
The Doors, right?
Yeah, and then he did The Doors, which we love. But, and then he did, of course, he's in Top Gun, which is, the best movie ever made in our generation.
And let me just say this. When John says we loved The Doors, he isn't speaking for me, so he loved it.
I loved it.
I thought it was crap, but go on.
It's a crap representation of the guy, but he's a great actor is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, and then he did the movie Heat with Pacino, and, of course, our favorite other guy. What's the other guy? De Niro. But anyway, so... You might not know this. He got throat cancer.
Who?
Val
just
Kilmer.
named 9 guys.
Val Kilmer got throat cancer. And in that movie, they show him in his first appearance on TV. And in that is this guy, Kevin Bacon, and all these popular actors that are now older. And it's sad to see, this guy's still out there. Now Val Kilmer cannot do anything because he can't speak. So basically, Val Kilmer goes to Comic-Cons and signs autographs because he can't do what he wants.
Could you imagine if Sean Penn was an actor before the talkies? He would probably be a hit, with just piano in the background instead of him speaking. Just a thought.
Well,
because every time he opens his mouth, most of America wants to vomit.
Yeah, and I wish he could just change the words. We could change the words on there like they do in CNN and MSNBC.
And the Times.
And the Times, the New York Times. Well, anyway, so he was just... I honestly think the guy is talented, great actor.
Sean Penn?
Yeah.
I think he's a moron.
I'm not talking about his, he's stupid or not, or his politics. He's a great actor, dude.
He is not.
I've seen some movies where he's great.
Name one.
Mystic Pizza.
Horrible.
What's the one where his daughter gets killed and he goes to try to take the law in his own hands? I forgot the name.
And he would get his ass beat on any corner in America.
Yeah, but I'm saying that it was a good actor. Yeah, I think he had, and then he got an Academy Award for playing a trans vegetable. So
he did a great movie on the gay mayor of San Francisco, Milk.
Yes, that's the one.
And in real life, the guy had molested so many teenage boys.
Now it was called Milk.
No, I mean,
Man Milk.
Of course, Hollywood didn't show that.
No.
But in reality, this guy was abusing young boys when he was mayor. Again, Hollywood steam cleaning a pathetic story and making somebody look to be awesome.
It's really weird. You can do that, but they'll want to cancel you for saying
you love Jesus.
You love Jesus, or maybe guys with penises should not be in the girls' bathroom. That's a little bit crazy. But anyway, I'm tired of Sean Penn, and he hasn't had a good movie in how many years now?
How old is he?
I don't know. He's in his 60s.
I would say 60 years. He hasn't had a good movie.
Yeah. All right, but anyway, speaking of we've been sort of been challenging our family values lately. And I thought, like, I'm going to turn this up. You're going to have to hear this.
Is this the new director of education?
It should be.
Yes.
He's more qualified than. But I
We have
want
a transgender in charge of education. No, that's medical.
So here's a guy on TikTok. We're going to go here right now because it's going to.
Can you please get this moron's picture?
Yeah, I will. As soon as I change it over, it's going to start the video. So
okay.
So I'm just setting it up here, Steve. This is called a segue.
Sorry.
Segue is not those things that you say. Anyway.
I'm not going to Segway anymore because Megan Rapinoe is there.
Oh, man, let's not even go there. The Joker. So this is a guy that is trying to explain
America.
No, the birds and the bees to his children, and he's frustrated. Let's just hear what he has to say.
Hey, it's difficult being a parent these days, because when you talk to your kids about the birds and the bees, not only do you gotta explain the birds and the bees, you gotta explain the bees and the bees, the birds and the birds, the birds that used to be bees, the bees that used to be birds, the birds that just look like bees, the bees that look like birds but still got a stinger. Hey, it's difficult.
Still got a stinger.
Oh man, that guy should be in charge of something.
He should. I honestly think that's intelligence right there. He could have got us out of Afghanistan better than Biden, man. I mean, he's looking at it from all angles, right? But it's really that simple.
You know what he didn't say? This is effed up, which is what he's saying in a roundabout way.
Right.
Yeah, welcome to America. America's back.
Well, speaking of America's back, there was a rally this weekend, another Trump rally, who is trying to get some Alabama senators and Congress people and mayors and all them elected. Huge rally. I was shocked at how many people were there. Not really. I guess we shouldn't be shocked at this point.
Were they wearing masks?
No. And it's a Trump rally, so that's an absolute no.
Well, the Pelosi luncheon didn't wear masks either.
No. But yeah.
But Trump supporters are anti-science.
And they're more evil than the Taliban, according to Pelosi, Schumer, and Biden.
We've got to stop them.
They are, what do they call them? Terrorists? Domestic terrorists, we've been called. So I saw Trump, and there's this comment that he made, or a little pass. He opened up the whole rally with a speech by Patton. Okay, and it sort of takes it from here. So you want to take a listen to this?
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
Check this out. I love this guy.
Let me ask you, do you think that General Patton was woke? I don't think so. What do you think, Mike? Mike, was he woke? I don't think so. I don't think he was too woke. He was the exact opposite. You know what woke means? It means you're a loser. Everything woke. Everything woke. It's true. Everything woke turns to shit. Okay?
There it is. That's why he gets elected right there. That's why people love that guy. He's saying what we want to say.
Pelosi standing up and applauding. Dear God.
She's behind him tearing up his speech.
He doesn't need a speech. Like, Biden can't go to the bathroom without a teleprompter. This guy doesn't need a...
Biden can't even read his own teleprompter. He's like, nice to meet you.
No, I mean, it's like... And then Pelosi, wearing a mask because the cameras were on, we're talking about the 25th Amendment about Trump because he wasn't mentally ready to be president. And Biden, she just has a luncheon. Would anyone like some tuna salad?
Well, have you not? I've learned in my lifetime that anything the Democrats accuse us of, they're doing. They're doing those things.
You think?
Yeah. And I guess that's how they get away with it. But it's amazing to me how many people fall for it. But at least we got two guys telling the truth right there. That's blatant truth.
Maybe the guy talking about the bees could be Trump's running mate in 24.
That'd be awesome, man. Yeah. Well, I heard an Afghan soldier paused. I saw this today, and I should have grabbed some video of it. But he was talking about how wokeness is making America weak in other people's eyes, and it's exactly what the Taliban wants people like the Taliban and our enemies want. They want to create division. And we're going to get to the Tom McDonald video, which we showed a clip of last week, but we're going to show you the whole song this week because, hey, this guy deserves $1 million. If anybody deserves $1 million, he's putting his finger on a pulse of a new generation. But these soldiers are coming out like this wokeness is nothing more than another way to divide the country and make us look weak because it trickles into our politics and how we will deal with our enemies. And this week, the enemies of our enemies, Afghanistan, pointed in a press conference to Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube banning free speech, comparing them to that. In other words, they're the same. They're just as woke as we are.
They're not woke.
They're not woke, but I mean, do you see where this leads? You know what I mean? In their eyes, they're justifying what they do, which there is no justification. But anyway, so there's that, Steve. There's those two guys. We're gonna move on though to
Can we have a white guy dance party real quick?
a white guy dance party. Sure, here it is. Boom, boom. I got your boyfriend. I got your
Senate
man.
Majority
There it is.
Leader Chuck
Said
Schumer
it.
is being criticized after
Afghanistan
a
is
video of him
burning, and
dancing
one of
with
our
late-night
senators
host
is
Stephen
giving a
Colbert
high
at a
five
New York
to
City concert became
one of the
viral.
least watched
Backstage antics.
nighttime
New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio's
comedians.
press
Oh, he's
secretary
funny.
Bill
He's a
Neidhart
comedian.
wrote on Twitter on
he?
Saturday, August
He's been
21st, sharing
lecturing
the video
America
shot at
since
the
this
We
whole
Love
thing started,
NYC
since
concert.
He's a
I mean, there's
moron.
nothing
Chuck
funny about
Schumer's
it.
Nobody
dance
watches
video
him.
was
Yeah.
pan-
Yeah, like I said, Greg Gutfeld overtook him. You know who Greg Gutfeld is from Fox News. He's on the
Yeah.
5. Has his own show called The Gutfield. They put him on after Laura Ingraham. He's now overtaken this idiot. That's
You
got to
know
be a
why?
slap in the face.
Gutfeld doesn't dance.
I don't think he cares. He doesn't care.
He knows
Like,
he's
just
white.
says
He's
it.
not going to dance.
Yeah. Well, speaking of not dancing or dancing with the devil, we got this guy. There he is with our troops. It is our troops.
Hold on.
Is that our troops?
I am not certain. Yeah. I wish the photo went all the way down to his feet because you'd see his pants around his ankles.
Jeez.
And probably the worst foreign policy in American history. Afghanistan is turned upside down. We have people, American citizens all over the country, $85 billion of American military.
Oh, man.
This moron left there. He pulled the troops out before the citizens. And now he's...
That's a perfect executed plan, Steve. That's perfectly executed. He
What?
thought of that in his own basement.
Last week, he had like 3 speeches. I think 2 of them were on COVID.
Yeah. Did you see
Well,
last night?
Afghanistan's burning, but we're talking about COVID. Excuse me, let me finish. Ooh.
Yeah, but you know, like last night, he had another speech he came out with around 5 o'clock, and it was on infrastructure plan.
Yeah.
And then he talked about his new plan to get everybody out. But you know, I was
Not new.
you know, no, and the Pentagon, the
We're
Army,
negotiating with
the Taliban,
pedophile terrorists with bee beards.
beavers.
Yeah, that's what we're doing now.
well-
The strongest nation in America.
There they
Oh,
are.
there he is.
There he is.
Somebody from the
That's
Taliban.
Ahmad Umma regime, and that's who we're basically fighting now. And here's the good news, Steve, because we are about equality, we left them billions of dollars of our fighting equipment over there, so they can use it against us. So when our next generations go back, we'll be fighting the Taliban with our own.
Well, with mail-in voting, and believe me, I'm not a fan of...
Was he voting too?
I know. No, but with mail-in voting now, with no accountability, no photo ID, no signature verification, none of that, a Republican will never win a national election again. That's how this whole thing. That's why we're.
That's what they
Yeah,
want.
that's why we're wearing masks.
Yeah.
Ooh, the variant. Ooh.
I just don't understand, like, when we became not only so susceptible to this, but, like, compliant to losing our freedom. And
Because most people do this all day. They just look at stupid things that don't matter.
oh, well,
and-
speaking of stupid things that don't matter, let me put that back up.
Hold on, we need to salute. He's our commander in chief.
I'm saluting with my finger below this table right now. But I used to sit there like a year ago or a year and a half ago, and I'd walk into, let's just say, a place where my friends were, and we would get in these arguments over Trump. And you and I, we agree on, we did not like everything Trump had to say, and it got old because it was on 24/7. But there were some good things that he did too, but I can guarantee you this would have never happened under Trump.
Oh, God, no.
No way. He is all about strength, power, and he opened up that last clip I showed after he talked about wokeness being a joke. He basically said he had a deal with the Taliban that was conditional, and if they lived up to those conditions, we would pull out, and they did not do it. Now I'm hearing that Jen Psaki chick, the one that tries to bail him out of all his stupid ass thinking, like trying to reframe that, and I just don't think it's working even in their own party at this point.
Oh, not at all. I mean, it's...
There's no way that this is better than Trump. No way. There's nothing in the economy. There's nothing in our gas prices. You can't even go get a freaking hamburger that isn't $5 cheaper or more expensive. There's just nothing better about what they're doing that I can put my finger on. Can you?
The bees turning into the birds. That's awesome for America. It's really going to help us.
Yeah.
Let's redefine family.
Yes,
Let's
this is
redefine
great.
patriotism.
Marriage.
Everything. Let's just redefine it.
And if we don't like it, we can always kill them before they come out of the womb. Or, I'm sorry, I don't want to offend birthing persons, but whatever that thing is, I don't know, they're going to rename that too. So it's just...
They'll never... Yeah. Abortion, which is murder, is just choice. They've been playing word games our whole lives. You know, I mean, how about this?
Not unless you know what is.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I mean, Clinton, who is a moron and can't keep anything in his pants, including his, well, whatever. But that guy was playing the word game. And here's the thing. The media will not challenge the left, ever.
Nope.
Will never challenge them. There's one station that does, and at Fox. And what do? All the left just make fun of, just make fun of Fox.
yeah.
And, I'm not saying Fox is the end-all and be-all, but at least they will question. The media is supposed to question those in power. When did Don Lemon ever question?
Don Lemon.
Yeah.
He's never even questioned, like, why is that in my butt? He's never even questioned that. You know what I mean? How's he going to question authority? He'll bend over to authority and take it. But
Well, he does get on his knees.
But
for
we
those in
wanted,
power.
Steve and I had a little bit of an idea, and I don't think this really needs to be seen, but for you that are watching and don't understand what the Taliban does, Steve and I have a little about like a 30-second clip of a little bit of what the Taliban does, so we're gonna play this for you.
For years, women and girls across Afghanistan have been murdered, shot dead on the street, bombed on their way to work, and on their way home from school.
There has been so much blood, and there has been very little accountability. Being a professional woman is enough to get you killed.
Attackers have been targeting women who dared to carve out a career, and a generation of girls who were promised freedoms their mothers never knew. With no one held accountable for many of the deadly attacks, the killings are a stark warning of what the future could hold. Now that the Taliban are back in control, 101 East investigates the fight for justice for Afghanistan's women.
So there it is.
So the Taliban supports the Democratic platform. Women
Yes.
are mindless when it comes to religion. They're mindless. They're stupid. It's unbelievable. Our president, our commander-in-chief, just turned this nation over. And I heard somebody talking about this a day or two ago. It was a lie of the media that we were in combat for 20 years in Afghanistan. We weren't. We had 2,500 troops there in a safe base totally safe.
That literally kept that country together.
Kept the country together.
And
we could have kept them there for another 10 years, very little blood or treasure, and kept that nation on its feet, allowing young girls and women to actually go to school, have a job, a career.
That's the big thing you're saying right there, because for 20 years we were there, and that meant for a couple generations of those women, they got educated, they knew what it was to, I don't know, almost live normally. And now we're just yanking that out. We're leaving our allies, we're leaving our interpreters and those that worked with us in that community.
And all of Europe is making fun of us.
Yeah, and
which think of that, Britain, who
we abandoned them.
Yeah. So, and we're turning 58 million. I can't remember the number of Afghanis over to bearded pedophiles.
Bearded pedophiles.
Yeah, they just go in and rape a 5-year-old. Yeah, there we go.
So is that wrong, Steve? Because, I don't know. I mean, that's what the Epstein and all his.
No, they're all in the same. This guy went to Pedophile Island, I'm quite certain. Yeah, I mean, it's just madness.
You can't see it, but behind him is Clinton. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's really horrifying.
We
what's
have
happening.
less than a week to get like 7,000 Americans out, and we're allowing this guy to control the entrance into the airport. I mean, come on.
Yeah, there's a guy named Jocko Willink. Have you ever hear them? I want you guys to go look that up, and then I'm going to write this down, and we'll show it next time. Jocko Willink, and he is he was the guy that held down the middle part of Iraq, and he was in charge of that whole sector. So he is what we call a BA. He's a SEAL, and he don't mess around. But he also wrote a book called Extreme. What was it called? Extreme Ownership. And it's about you have to take, as a leader, you have to take ownership. So he put a video out called If I Were President, and basically, he basically takes ownership for all the mistakes that were made, and then said, if we do not get these things, or these things don't happen, we will blow you off the face of the earth. And I think, it's really, I guess nobody wants to take accountability for anything because they're afraid it'll be politicized. And then we finally, whether we liked it or not, when we had a guy in there that was willing to show us behind the curtains.
Who?
Trump. I think he wasn't a global.
Behind the curtains.
Oh God, he was the most transparent president in the history of presidents.
I will say he's been the most transparent in the last 20 years, but nobody sees behind the curtain. There's no way. He might have showed it a little more than others, but
I think when
it's my opinion.
Yeah, I think when it came to what was going on and what he was doing, he was pretty straightforward with it. Maybe that's a better way to put it. But I mean, these guys are just blatantly every day having a conference for the news or whatever they call that in C-SPAN, and just
tripping over their own lies.
Tripping over their own lies, and we live in a world where we can watch it on freaking the internet, man. Like we see. I mean, have you seen the babies being thrown over the walls?
That was 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah, there were babies. There were Afghanis running through barbed wire to try to get to that airport. This is legitimate fact. That I saw this on the news the other day, and they were throwing their babies in that barbed wire and hoping that the kids would go get them. And the reports were that it was so upsetting to our troops there. Like, they were literally in tears over what was happening, and they couldn't control it because there's just too much. They're overrun. And that's insane. And we showed last week.
It's just like Vietnam. We're handcuffing them. They could go out and get the Americans that can't get to the airport. We certainly have the power, even though our defense minister says we don't have that power. Britain is doing it.
Yeah,
they're going out and getting people, and but from what every little thing being said, Biden will not allow us to go get our people. Why?
Now, do you think that there's some other kind of thing behind this? Do you
Probably.
think this was on purpose?
Well, I think Hunter Biden is going to be the director of art in
Kabul?
Afghanistan. Yeah.
He's going to go in the caves and go, like, look, mine's just as good.
and get like 10 billion. And then, some will go to the man.
It is true, because all this stuff was coming out with Hunter Biden, right? And now you don't even talk about it.
Well, they didn't talk about it 4 years ago.
No.
Or 2 years ago.
Yeah, during the election.
They refused to talk about it.
They banned it because we have free speech, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
The Taliban can put their garbage on Facebook and Twitter, yet a story about Hunter Biden's just filth, and that gets banned in America.
The Taliban is still on Twitter, still on Facebook, still on YouTube. Trump is not. Just think about that.
Yeah. Well, there are people in America, and I told last week I'm done with Twitter. I'm not going to tweet anymore. But there are people on Twitter that I've read that hate Trump more than the Taliban, Al Qaeda, or ISIS.
Yeah,
they're that effed up in the head. So,
absolutely.
I didn't like Clinton. I didn't like Obama. Their policies, not them individually. Well, Clinton, I didn't like him individually, but I didn't hate them. I just said, you're wrong here, you're wrong here. I disagree with this or that. Trump, it is just across the board, everything. I hate him. He's Satan. He's Hitler. Blah, blah, blah.
He maybe needs a beard. I mean, that's what he needs.
It would be orange if he did.
Well, let's talk. We wanted to end the show today. Last week, we showed the end of a rap song by a guy named Tom McDonald. And he went viral, Steve, with a song called Brainwashed. So we thought that we would end the show today with his song.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
So we are going to play this, and then we're going to be out. So you guys go to our website, go to our YouTube channel, and help us out here and subscribe. And I think if this goes as planned, we're going to be bringing more and more and better things as time moves forward. So we're going to end this thing with Tom McDonald's Brainwashed. You can see this on YouTube everywhere. Thanks, guys, and we'll talk to you in a minute.
Peace out.
Half the country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows, politics, celebrity gossip, popular neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? We only dedicate one day to remember our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young. But if you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month. The most dangerous pandemic's propaganda from these clowns. Only mask that's gonna save us is duct tape on their mouths. Don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth like Big Pharma doesn't cure you, dog, cause every patient that gets cured is a customer lost. And big oil runs the world, the only wars that get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him claiming if a white man braids his hair and likes rap, he's appropriating culture. But if a white man acts too white, he's white trash, he's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors cause they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die, the whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me. How did monkeys become people and people turned into sheep? They put fluoride in the water that's keeping us all asleep. Claim they want what's best for us, I find it hard to believe. Cause they've been selling us cigarettes since we was 18. Fake news, fake woke, distract and divide. You're either right or you're left, or you're black or you're white. Big tech don't need a microchip to hack in your life, cause the phone inside your pocket is a tracking device. And I don't know what I'm more sick of, rappers or Joe Biden looking like he ate 100 Xanax for dinner. Cause censoring the president and kicking him off Twitter is a bigger threat to freedom than foreign ballistic missiles. You don't trust the police or the government, but you want people giving up their right to own a firearm. Why would you be comfortable if police and the government the only people on the planet with the right to buy a gun? White privilege getting amplified to reinforce division. It convinces white people that they're favored by their skin, and black people getting angry cause they're told they're treated different. So the conflict is between us and never with the system. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors cause they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. but we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed.
Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets.
The whole world's brainwashed.
It's us against them, it ain't you against me.
Step 1, train the people only to consume. Step 2, infiltrate adults with the news. Step 3, indoctrinate the children through the schools and the music and the apps on the phones that they use. Step 4, separate the right from the left. Step 5, separate the white from the black. Step 6, separate the rich from the poor. Use religion and equality to separate them more. Step 7, fabricate a problem, made a lie. Step 8, put it on the news every night. Step 9, when people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us, but we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed.